Okay, hopefully. Yeah, I forgot I had the lock on from the tracker in regard to privacy, and apparently that doesn't want to work then, right? So anyway, so I'm live. Great. So I'm still toying around with this little device here, slim client device, and trying to make it, be a little computer. It doesn't use much power. It uses around. Well, let's see if we can get it without actually having it turning off. So this is how much it's using. At the moment, it's installing Windows. It's using 3.36 watts. Well, you can see how it goes up and down, right? Well, it's not using much. So 3.36 watts for a little computer, a little slim device. That's the computer. Of course, you can't really see the hard drive doing anything. It's just like a little lamp that tells you if it's on or off, right? You have some RAM, 16 gigabyte, which is really not, it's expensive compared to just getting an 8 gigabyte. And you could always make a little, what do you call it, a swap file. But yeah, that's the hard drive over there. Again, I have got 4 of these cheap to test things out, and here we go with the installation. So that's the slim, and this one is the big desktop computer that is being used. But yeah, so this one is the slim and it's installing at the moment. I'm still trying to get the audio driver, so try to take this plug out as well in regards to the speaker. Plugged in the jack stick, but nothing really. There's something terrible wrong in regards to things. So I'm trying to update a Windows 7 to its maximum, and I was nearly there. But then I found out that the sound drivers, the audio drivers, doesn't work, and I have not found a way to get them working. Apparently, and it works. It works if you run the old version, the standard 64-bit version. If you installed, which is in this thing here, but if you install that, it works. The sound drivers works and all that. No problem. But if you make this image creation here, this image configuration editor, which from Microsoft, 180 days remaining. That's half a year. Well, anyway, right click to select the distribution share. Now the distribution share is pretty much just, the image file or the data that you want, right? So you select the distribution. You can have the 32-bit or the 64-bit and all that, and well, it of course doesn't show you where, of course that's typical Microsoft in regards to Windows 7. Windows 2000, it's just wonderful. It's just incredible scene. Why they would ruin all those wonderful features, and yeah, well, Satan does his work, right? But anyway, and I even told it to install it someplace else, right? And what does it do? It throws the images in another folder, right? So now I have like 2 folders, right? It's called Windows Embedded Standard 7. Here we have one of the DS64 SP1. So this is one of the images, and you go in, you push it, and then it loads it up. So we have all the files to the left, and then you can create an answer file. Now, an answer file is pretty much just an installation file in some sense. And so, but you can either sit here and make an installation file and make a image, which again, the image is just a folder, and then you need to make the folder into an ISO, and then you make, you fix it either to a USB or DVD. Maybe you could even fix it to a Blu-ray. I don't know in regards to Blu-ray burners and all that and media, but I guess that might be a way to do it, right? But and you can install updates. There's no update on this, and this is the first version I have 110222.0. I have an update, but it seems like it's the update that makes the audio drivers not work. And you can see there's an issue when you start out the installation. If you make a create media, as they call it apparently, a media, create IPW image with full distribution share. So if you do that, you get all the files and all that, which can be a pretty big file, you know. And also if you have updates and drivers and all that, it can be a good, you know, it can clearly easily become more than 4 gigabytes, which it can have on the DVD. So that's, you know, one of the reasons why I had to get the USB thing to work, and I finally figured that out. Although apparently the micro SD cards have issues in regards of making a, you know, so the fastest micro SD card that I have seemingly doesn't work with Rufus, at least. Or maybe I need to try another card reader or whatever, you know, one of these small card reading USB things. Maybe that's the thing, right? But at the moment I'm just making a standard version with no installation, no new installation and all that. And, you know, as far as I know, the sound drivers works out of the box. So, well, of course I'm trying two different things at the moment. On the slim device here, I'm trying to incorporate the audio drivers on the working 64-bit standard West 7, which I know, which just works out of the box. You know, when you install it, the sound works out of the box. It doesn't have the audio manager and all that, which is in regards to the Realtek drivers and all that. And yesterday I tested multiple drivers of different, you know, I have two from Megasox. I have two signed from Megasox, but there doesn't seem to be like a setup and all that. So usually you would need to go into the, you know, the properties and device manager and get into and find the device and right click and update the drivers and blah blah blah, right? That's one way of doing at least. But of course that's, you know, if it shows the device and all that. Had a problem with that on the other one last time. It seems like when I try to slipstream the drivers from Microsoft, from Megasox, the greatest and latest drivers that I know works for this without any updates and all that, because newer drivers apparently tend to have issues with, you know, it needs Megasox updates, you know. So if you want to install the newest drivers for the device, you also need MS updates for the system. So, but of course the standard version of West 7 doesn't have that, and as far as I know, it doesn't have the possibility of integrating them at the installation. But maybe it has, but then you would at least need the cap files, and then you need to unpack them, and I don't know. But I found out you can unpack the cap files and then actually make the, you know, you have multiple applications. You have the ICE, which is they call it the ICE. Well, it's ICE called Windows, no, sorry, what is it called? Image configuration editor. And then you have Windows Embedded Developer Update. But you know, all of the applications pretty much sucks and have issues and this and that. And you need to find the holes to getting through the walls and all that. But Windows Embedded Developer Update, you need to have internet connection, and you need to, every single time, you need to retrieve the list from Microsoft. So let's say, you know, let's say I can open this up, right? Embedded, right? So open it up, right? And nothing happens apparently. Doesn't seem to be happening much. Let's close this one and this one and well, so as you can see, this is still copying. It has taken 33 minutes, and this is just a small image pretty much of the big, you know, it has everything in it, right? It's the universal where you have all the so-called answer files and all that. You can also edit your own answer files and all that. So, but it doesn't have any drivers of mine installed or or updates or anything like that. But when you begin to get the updates and the drivers and all that, it quickly becomes like 7 GB. I think 7, 8 gigabyte, maybe even more. But anyway, so it's easier to actually just make an answer file thing where you don't, where it's not that big. But then of course you run into other issues, right? It's always issue after issue, and apparently Windows Embedded Developer Update just apparently didn't want to run. Let's try again. Or maybe it is running somewhere. No, I don't see it. So apparently that's not working at the moment. Okay, yeah, just one of these. Or maybe this. No, this is not the one. But not working. Nope. Windows Embedded. Maybe if we close that down. This is burning the ISO, so that shouldn't have anything to do with it. But it seems like the Windows Embedded Developer Update is not working. Maybe so. I guess I need to reinstall it or something like that. But anyway, so you use this embedded thing, and it's very annoying because you need to update the updates. You know, you need to have connection to the internet every single time. So you download the whole updating thing and 745 different updates from Megasocks, right? And then you close down the program and you open it again and you have to redo it all over again because that's just Megasocks programming, right? And you have all the clicking game. You can't just pick multiple, at least not without some kind of secret keyboard function that I haven't found and I don't think exists, but who knows, But, you can't just pick multiple things and just say, I want to have these, so it's the clicking game all over again. It's like the 745 updates, and not only the clicking game, there's no search function for any of the KB numbers either. So if you can set, okay, I need this number, this number, this number, and this number, right? So you would like to search, right? No, I haven't found any search in the application either. So you need to go through a list of 745 updates to try to find the numbers. And not only that, of course, Megasocks have different names where sometimes they just put an extra space into it. So you, instead of, you might have the name, right, and you're looking into the name, right, but you might need to look at multiple places because they made different, they made 2 spaces on some and only 1 space on that, and that makes 2 columns. So that makes it, of course, so you might not find the number in 1 column, and then you need to find the second column, and it's all messy. It's just so messy. And there's different ways of course, finding these updates in regards to the size, but that doesn't always work. In regards to when it was released, but that doesn't always work. And of course, in regards to the numbering, but that doesn't always work either. But it's this incredible, tedious bullshit game that they do against us, the Satanists, and it's not for the people, that's for sure. And it's just disgusting. But that's one way of incorporating updates into the OS 7. And of course, there's this application that is for people that is like not made by Megasocks, but that doesn't work with OS 7. It only works with Windows 7, different kinds of versions of Windows 7, but it doesn't work with the OS 7. So, which is Windows Embedded Standards 7. Which, I guess it gives you some more options to take features out and put them in and all that, but Megasocks haven't made it easy, and clearly there's a lot of issues as well. I was so close of thinking, I'm nearly there. Thinking up how to do it was very easy, right? It's like, boing, that's how I do it, right? Let's just go. But it's so difficult. It's probably not difficult if you actually know all the, but of course they seemingly do it on purpose to make issues, so you need to, and it's disgusting, and it's typical. They want you to be, what do you call it? And apparently it costs a lot of money if you want to have service from Megasocks and all that. But anyway, they, money, right? Anyway, so computing has been made so tedious these days, I just, it took totally the wrong turn after Windows 2000. So I should really remove the truth thing, because I don't know if I can do that now. But anyway, so we can run on this camera. That's one way of doing it instead of and I don't know if it actually will be having issues with the heat. All the updates for the mobile makes it heavier and heavier and heavier for the system, when the mobile in its, and could do all the functions that pretty much, it was fast. It was like snippy fast, incredible. It was fast, no problems at all with the speed. But now it's just slow, right? Anyway, let's pour it up here and see if we can get on a website, a lightweight website. No, that's not Wire. That's my website. Okay, let's see here if we can get to the Jesus God. That's a lightweight, somewhat lightweight. Still have the video on the first place jumping up, which is a heavy program in some sense, but it's the best that I've been able to find in regards to video. Okay, the other slim device is not restarting. Then of course it will need to install more updates and all that. Let's see if it is, there we go. And we'll just fix on something like that or something like that, or page where we don't have the video thing opening. There we go. That's just a picture. That should keep it pretty, it's pretty lightweight. On those levels, just standard code, which not much graphic nonsense. The only graphic nonsense I pretty much have is the video thing, because I couldn't find anything else that had the things I wanted from a video thing. But it's like, it takes so long to set this up, and there can be issues as well, which is like, you use a whole day to set something up only to find out there's an issue that can't be, you can't correct it. And then, you have to wait for the next update or something like that. And you need to redo all over and again. And then there might be another issue, and just keeps on going with that, right? Or the programmer put some kind of new feature in it that he thinks is smart, right? Okay, apparently it went into the installation. Did it fail the installation? Maybe it failed the installation in regards to things. That might be the case. Again, I tried to slipstream the drivers, and there's a possibility that it just crashed. Although I didn't see it actually saying it. So let's see if that was actually what happened. Wouldn't be a surprise if it actually failed. Because I tried to slipstream the audio drivers, and apparently this audio driving thing, slipstreaming the audio drivers, apparently it's just nearly a no-go, apparently. But that was like one of the last things I was going to look into, right? I didn't really think that there would be so many problems with it. I was nearly reaching a fully MS updated, Windows embedded standard 7 installation disk, and it was work. Oh, okay, it's still continuing. Okay, just wanted to apparently jump into it's different, sometimes, and that's the bullshit of this, sometimes it goes into the installation, right, without you pushing any keyboard thing, and other times it doesn't, right? You need to push, right? And it's just, and sometimes you don't get that much time to push it, so it just goes forward, and you waste your time and all that and all thing. But why can't things just do the same thing over and over? Why is it that computing does so many different things, right? It should be either or not, right? Computing should be either or not. But these days, and yeah, I need to glue the things here. I don't have the other. I don't know where I've put the other. Well, I need to glue it on. Cheap glasses are designed to break, so you need to go buy some new glasses. And of course, that was not. I've only had one pair of cheap glasses that didn't break by themselves. Every other glass of cheap glasses is broken. only had one, and sadly, I didn't find these kind of glasses again. It was pretty nice, and they worked, and the only time they broke was because I, ended up, as it happens, stepping on them. Um, which is one of the reasons why I usually also buy cheap glasses as well, because it's kind of, you know destroying expensive glasses is kind of not a thing that is so smart, right? Anyway, so, and who cares, as long as you can see, right? I had the most ugly glasses, but as long as I can see out of them, that's kind of the important thing, right? So, like, that these glasses are, I don't care, I can see out of them, okay? That's kind of better, you know. Anyway, but one pair of glasses over all the years that actually didn't break automatically. I should have bought a bunch of these, but of course, the thing also changes, and my eyes are getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And actually, that goes pretty quickly as well. So I guess I might have problems in regards of getting cheaper glasses, because I'm on the lowest points as far as I know on the cheap glasses. Then I will need to, well, maybe you can find something on the internet that goes. But yeah, this one continues in regards to completing the installation. It just is something that I haven't seen, but sometimes it stops at the BIOS screen. It does things that where you just, why is it doing it, right? It should do the same thing over and over and over. It should be the same command that is being done, and this and that. Sometimes you have the keyboard not working. Sometimes it does work. Well, most of the times it does work, right? And then sometimes it just doesn't work. And then you need to get the digital keyboard, which at least there's a possibility. But then Windows, of course, open this every time you actually open the. You can probably turn that off, but it's just insanity. So, but anyway, I had like 11 updates left. Apparently, I thought it was fully updated, but then it comes with one more out of the sudden, and then it comes with one more, and one more, and one more, and I guess it was like 11 updates. So it says it's fully updated, and just a couple of, give it a little time, then it comes, oh, that's another one. Okay. And then it needs to restart again, and this and that, all this nonsense. But then some of those updates, when you search on update, on my MS Update website, and you find the number and you go into the numbering, you have multiple files, which different other kind of numbers. I also had one that actually had the number that, so you just took the right file. But some of these, you have the right number, you push the number, right, that is saying that this is the update that it want to install. And then you're there with other kinds of updates. You have links to multiple files, and none of them are the number that you're looking for. So I'm not sure what's going on with that either. So that's something I need to sort out as well, right? And then of course also this thing in regards to updating them so there's no issue on. But when I found out that getting close to the goal, and I put the audio driver on the back burner, I knew there was some problems with the getting the audio drivers to work. Sometimes you needed to reinstall it and uninstall it, install it again, and uninstall it, and blah blah. Do things, and all of a sudden it will work, right? So I understood there was some problems with the Realtek drivers and all that, and I tried to slipstream, and I never got it really working, and I'm trying again to see if I can get it to work. Of course, there might be difference in regards to having an MS updated compared to a non-updated, but one might work and the other might not work. You never know in regards of all these different factors, right? So, but at the moment I'm just running without any, the standard installation without anything, that works with the audio out of the box usually. But apparently when you slipstream last time it didn't work, and I tried to install things and it just gave me an error, and so that didn't look good. Something was clearly messed up. Now, I thought it was one of the updates, when I got to the point where I nearly had everything sorted out. And this is days and days and I guess weeks, pretty much weeks I've used in this bullshit. I wouldn't think that I would have needed to use so much time, right? You think up, okay, yeah, I'll just do it and this and that. And even now, when I know a lot more, like for example, one of the applications, which is called the Windows Up, no, the Image Configuration Editor, or ICE. There's a thing where you can import, files, right? What is this? Windows Update Downloader. 2.500. What is this? Wait. I'm apparently pushed something wrong here. Okay, it's not the Windows Update Downloader. It's the, where's the ICE? ICE. Where are you? Okay, that was wrong. Okay, image configuration editor. Apparently, I don't know why it went. Okay, so the image embedded standard 7 image configuration editor, which is another nonsense in regards to naming. They name it like Windows embedded standard 7 or so, or Windows 7 or something like that in the program folder. Why not just call the image configuration editor, or something, where 7 image configurations, something that actually makes you understand that what maybe it is. So the distribution share, as they call it, that's the folder that you use, right? And you have that, and then you can import, and you can import packages. But if you download a package from Megasocks, a cap file or something like that, it won't work. You see, you need to unpack the cap file, and inside the cap file, there isn't a cap file. Actually, 2 cap files, it seems, usually. And one of them you don't need, apparently, because that doesn't want to work, and all that just makes an error, and blah, 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 right? And then there's the one that you need. But all these steps, finding it, downloading it, knowing the code for the DOS thing and all that, and actually fixing a folder as well. I don't know if there's a command file for that to actually make a folder for itself, but apparently if it doesn't have the folder, it can't create itself without at least some kind of a command. But anyway, so you need to make the folder first, at least, and then you need to pinpoint the folder, then in regards to the file, and then it unpacks, and then of course you remove the other cap file that is not used for anything, so you don't want to get the error thing and all that. Of course you can just go in and take one by one, right? But you can also go in regards to the folder mode, where it begins to incorporate all these. And I actually also did it like downloading all the updates, right, with a thing, and then stopping, so it didn't delete those, and you had all these folders, and I actually incorporated 105 updates, but it just didn't work. It failed at the installation. It imported those things, but when you made things to, there's clearly something wrong, and it didn't want to work. So what was wrong with that, I don't know, but didn't really work. And again, every single time I try something, it takes hours for just trying one thing right and then seeing if it works or not, right? It's kind of tedious. Well, it is tedious, and I tried to, that was one of the reasons why I tried to get the micro SD Pro thing, the fastest micro SD card I have, fixing it in the USB 3 port, right? And trying to use Rufus on it, but Rufus is giving an error. But it works with the old USB key I have, but apparently there's some issues with the... I have another option of trying out another card reader, but it's less fast, although I think it's still for USB 3.0. But that will be something, I guess, to try out. Flip the thing over and that, and see if it actually will work. Now, it might be Rufus or setting in Rufus that, yeah, I can, yeah, try to change some things and didn't work. So I tried to also just format and say, hey, just go without, but then apparently it still formats, it just doesn't quick format it. It gives an error and all that, and it's just annoying. And yeah, issues as always, right? I also had issues, multiple weird issues in regards of installation. Even like the third time or fourth time, it worked. So I did the same, nearly the same thing, pretty much, and then all of a sudden it just worked, right? It's just the insanity of these things. Um, of course, I do understand that when you do it on these medias, you need to also write slower than you. And of course, these are getting old, and you have scratches on them and all that, right? Um, but yeah, you need to write the media slower than you would. You can't just give it full speed on a rewritable, because if you do that, you get into issues. So that's also time consuming, because you need to get lower. And of course, if you want the best of the best result, right, you just go totally low, right? Of course, you could also verify it, and it will take a long more time, right? I usually don't verify things anymore, at least, because I just don't want to waste my time on verifying and I don't think it actually takes all of the. I think it could actually write it like full speed and verify it, and it would just have no issue. And then you try to go with installation, and then you will get into issue. There's a lot. There's so many bullshit things in regards to these things, right? Anyway, I do have a bigger RAM in the slim device. I thought about maybe that's the issue in regards to the. I don't think so, but I could take the 4 GB and put in, and at least take that thing out of the equation, in some sense of maybe being an issue. Although I know the audio thing works when you get it working, it works without any issue. It works wonderful, no problem, and all that works out of, and usually works out of the box, right? And of course, there can be some issues in regards to installing the drivers, but usually it just takes a uninstall and reinstall, and there you go, right? So yeah. But yeah, I could take the 16 GB of RAM. The CPU is set to only actually be able to do 4 GB. But clearly that seems to be wrong, because we have people testing with 8 GB, and that works. We have two at least confirmed on that. And I thought, well, let's try 16 GB. Although 16 GB is probably too much for this device, in regards of the CPU. Because you usually use the RAM when you, or at least for myself, when I go on the internet, I can easily use 16 GB of RAM. That's, I could probably also use 32 GB of RAM. But the thing is in regards to the CPU, because if the CPU is not fast enough, then you wouldn't get to the point of having so many tabs open at the same time. Because the more tabs you have open, the slower of things. And so I have used more RAM than 8 GB in regards to this 16 GB in use. But you can see it's on the nip of being it's a lot of things to have open in this little small slim device. So 8 GB should pretty much, and it's a lot cheaper to get 8 GB. And maybe even 4 GB would be enough, as long as you have a page file. And of course you can make a pretty big page file, so maybe it's not really a biggie overall. I don't know if you would see any difference in regards to the speed, really. You might not see any difference, because of course page files is Windows 7, I guess, was still made for still the slower drives and all that. So if you have an SSD, a fast SSD, will you see any difference in regards of loading? And maybe I don't know, but I wouldn't think so. Of course, it would then use more of the hard drive, right? But which would of course take up, but yeah, I don't know if you really would see much of a difference. So maybe it's just waste of resources too. I don't know. I haven't tested it to see if that could be a difference in daily use. But anyway, it doesn't hurt to have more, as far as I know, at least in regards of, you know, maybe this audio issue maybe could be in regards of it. I don't know. It would be absolutely crazy, and I wouldn't believe it would be the issue. But who knows? You never know. Sometimes it's crazy daisy things, right? Anyway, it's using around 3 watts, 2.76 and 3.38. That's at the moment it going up and down in regards to that. It's not much. It's not much, and it's completing the installation at the moment. So it's a very, very low usage device. Of course, it's not the fastest, but as long as you can do what you want on it, right? Not heavy things, but do like the little programming, this and that, right? As long as it does that, you have something to. If you're off grid, right? Which was the point. Anyway, so it's completing installation again, which again can take a long time. And the other one is still added, I think, in regards to Rufus. Of course, Rufus, as I understand it, is also portable. But yeah, it has been ongoing for an hour, and that's only around 3 GB or so or maybe I think it's around 3 GB of an ISO. Let's see here. And also in regards of when you make this thing with Microsoft's or Megasoft's Windows embedded thing, you say that you create an IBW image, right? But that image is just a folder. When you talk about image, you would think like an image to burn, right? Something of that nature, right? But it's just a folder with all the files that you didn't need. And then you need to figure out, well, what am I going to do with this folder? Because you can't just take this folder and put it over to a media, which you should be able to do. But that's not the way computing has gone, of course. It's just more and more bullshit. But the user should just be able to take the files, put them over on the USB or a CD, and it should work out of the box, Don't tell me it's impossible to do a thing like that, to make it do, Anyway, but that's not how things, of course, they want all the security bullshit and make it hard for the user so they can earn money for, that we're calling them and saying, I can't, it doesn't work and all that. Oh, just give us some money and we'll tell you how to do it, right? Anyway, okay, it's 3.67 GB, this thing that I'm fixing to the USB at the moment. And again, 1 hour. Well, if I want to go swimming, I should also get on doing that. I don't know, it would be nice with a swim, but sometimes it just, well, I guess most of the times these days you just don't feel. They've locked down the sauna and all this other crazy daisies. You get into all this nutty, crazy land again, and you just rather not bother with it. It's incredible, right? They say, oh, we don't have money for this and that and blah, 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 right? So we need to, it's designed, they're all this, it's just bullshit, It's designed to make us, have issues and ruin the society as a whole. They're really good at it. But anyway, so they use the excuse that, oh, money, and we need to save on energy and blah, blah, blah. So we close down the sauna and we this and that. And it's interesting, before they did that, they actually had turned up the heat of the water more than usually. So I had really hard time to stand in the standard water because it was so hot. And I'm like, why is it so hot, And it's like, it's more hot than any time I ever tried in the swimming holes, right? But of course, they need to have the effect of now we just, give it a really hot ride and then we cool it down, right? And then people will notice that, no, it's cooler, it's just, you know. So it was so hot, I never tried it being so, you couldn't just go, it's just incredible hot. So now it's more like standard temperature it might be a little colder actually than the standard, but it's not hot, that's for sure anymore. You can stand in there without any issues. So that's pretty good. So anyway, yeah. So anyway, but they closed the sauna. What? When they close the sauna, do you think that less people will come? Oh yeah, and when they come and they, they're pushing all the propaganda on people and all the naughty things and all that. Do you think people will continue to then come? They also have problems in regards of workers as well because they kicked out the workers and all that and all this bullshit that they did under the period of absolute craziness, and of course it just continues really. So maybe actually I should just have used this camera standard, because it doesn't seem to actually. Oh, now we have setup will continue after restarting your computer. Yippee yippee yay! Also, you have these nonsense things which doesn't seem to actually. But some CD-ROM drives, you turn off the computer and what does it do? Automatically it takes the drive in, right? Did I tell you to take the CD-ROM drive in and all that? All this automatic little closure and, of the CD-ROM drive, Don't do anything I haven't told you to, right? They love to do that. Anyway, I have itching in my beard as well, and I can already see that that I have issues with the. I don't know if you can see it. I've already issues here with this area, and I don't even have that much beard. And the same thing with the other side. Actually, it started out in my younger days where I only had issues here, and it was usually when I had more beard, right? But yeah. Well, I guess health decline, right? Okay. Well, we have. I could write the code in to maybe have a difference in that, but I don't think it will have a difference. It should just work without any. Anyway, let's see here. But maybe I should just to. No, it should work. So let's just have the trial thing here. Do we have? But it would be a thing, of course, that one could. But yeah. So I thought it was actually that was the problem in regards to the code. Well, I don't think it actually is. But maybe I should just write the code to be sure, right? Oh, well, apparently we don't have the keyboard working either this time. Okay. I'll just take I guess just write something, right? Doesn't matter. And next, and we'll just have the code. I'll just take a little short break and write the code in because it's on my mobile, and I'll be right back. So let's just have a Okay, we're running again. I'll just take the camera. I just wrote the key in, and we have the key working. Another bullshit move of mega socks. Where you need to write a code in because you know right? Okay, let's see here. Okay. Okay, so we don't have the audio working. Yeah, but I guess I tried to slipstream. Yes, just try to slipstream the oldest one I have, which also have a setup and all that. Apparently, slipstreaming the driver just end up messing it totally up. So let's go into the computer thing here and have there's a lot of unknown devices. That's I guess the problem when I don't install all the drivers. It makes it a little harder to sort out. But I don't see the the audio drivers at all. Of course, just installing the audio drivers from the should work, but apparently it ends up then giving you an error, which I just don't know why that would be. But the thing is, of course, I can, install where it works, and then install the driver and try to use double driver to take the driver down, and try to slipstream that, but probably won't work. I've tried different things in the past and I didn't have anything working, but now I'm trying to, scale it down and sort it out. And okay, it's installing the driver software. I'm not sure what that is, but it's doing something, apparently. But the audio drive, no audio device, output device is installed. So it's like it's not there, it just doesn't make any sense. It should have found it. Anyway, let's try to install. Yep. So I know the drivers are working because I've tried these on a working system yesterday. I tried all the drivers and tested them out, and I know there's one more driver that is I know there is another a newer version I found somewhere when I was searching things and all that. I guess it doesn't really but in regards to downloading that newest version, apparently not that easy because you need to download this application to get it. But I knew there was like a newer version, but it was usually I found the drivers for Windows 10, right? So I thought maybe it's also for Windows 7 somewhere, but I couldn't really find it. But apparently I found it today, although not like a direct link. I have like on this page, which is driver identifier, you have like Realtek high definition audio from something in regards to star. And there's a setup file, 198 megabytes. Sounds pretty much, sounds to be maybe Realtek high definition audio has a page for themselves. I found one where they had some audio drivers, but it just seemed to be still different than what you usually would Yeah, but there's a lot of these newer updated. No, not a lot. There's 5 drivers with the newest version, and I guess they should work with other versions as well. Here we have ASUS 3264-bit. Well, that's Windows 10. That's not Windows 7. Although it does say it's Windows 7 as well. I know the Windows 10 that I tried did not want to work. It did go a long way, but at the end it told, well, this device is not supported. And yeah, and of course it did say that it was only for Windows, 10 at the minimum. Windows 11 I think as well. This one says it's like for Vista, Win 7, Win 8, Win 8. But the problem is when you push download, you don't get a direct link. You get on one of these deceptive ways of, hey, download our software and then you can get it, they actually have like what should look like a direct link to say download, but when you push download, it's this deceptive way of making you download the application. You see, and they actually have put their application to the side, and then the download. It's deceptive. It's disgusting. I think it's so disgusting that this is the typical thing that companies do, and they are in this wicked world. Here we have driver pack, right? And driver pack has this 609239.1. Okay, recommended, blah 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 blah. And we have Realtek download drivers. Let's see if it actually. No, what does it want to download? Driver pack 17 online. Oh, was that what I pushed on? No. So why would you wanna? And apparently it doesn't seem to want to allow me to go back to the page. So this is what you're battling with all the time. Bullshit, and more bullshit. And of course I also got virus infection when I tried to... it's weird that it can't go backward because I think it was the same page. No, maybe I can just... Oh, there we go. Okay. So it actually didn't open a new... It actually... it just opened another window. And there we go. Driver pack 17 online again, right? Is that what I'm pushing? Just like download driver, right? You have 2 of download drivers, and then you have download zip, right? Let's try download zip and see. Wow, did we actually get it? Wow, it's just, it's disgusting. This is the HD Audio Funk 01, and that's the one that it has issues with when you try to install. It says it has issues. Who knows? Maybe the newest version would maybe work and fix it. But I doubt it, because why would that actually fix it, right? But because I've tried so many others, but it would be nice. Some ICE sound service. ICE? Interesting. ICE. Could that be in regards of... I don't know. But here we have apparently the newest update, but there doesn't seem to be a setup. So this is one of those that you would need to right-click and say update drivers after you installed and gotten the manager installed and all that. And of course you will also need the MS updates to actually be able to it's the bullshit game. It's the bullshit game all the time. Bullshit and more bullshit, right? And again, in regards to slipstreaming driver, this is the HD audio funks, that it when you actually install like the big package where you can see multiple installation methods and also fix drivers on the fly before it begins to install, then you get this error if it doesn't work. Usually that error doesn't come up. If everything works and it's, usually as installation, there's some other drivers that it comes up and tell you, well, it doesn't have drivers for this and that. But if it's broken, it comes up at the beginning. If you do the big package, which I usually didn't do because it takes a lot of space and it can't be on a DVD when you begin to fix the MS updates on it and drivers on it and all that, right? So So, but if you make it to a USB key, of course you can do that. I have the USB key that can run, well, 16 gigabyte, but it's very slow. I actually think it takes longer to make a USB than actually make a DVD on this old. But again, I have some other 16 gigabyte or 32 gigabyte camera. I think it's 16 gigabyte, these small from SanDisk, and they might be actually faster than the old, at least they're newer, so there should be a possibility that they might be a little faster, right? This says this is like 1 hour and 18 minutes. I had one that took 2 hours and 30 minutes. 2.5 hours to make an installation. So yeah, so one of the reasons why I found these new updated versions of this was because I searched on this HD funk thing I found out that it actually showed, and I thought, okay, I'll just sort that out, right? And I had some drivers, and it's sorted it out. I actually took some standard drivers from a device that I knew was working, like the old thing, but it just didn't want to work. So that was kind of just whatever. So that didn't do anything. Download HD audio funk blah blah driver for Windows 7 for free. But anyway, I have one at least that is downloaded. So this actually just downloads it again. It's just interesting how it just that you need to push multiple things before you actually find the real link, and sometimes that's not even possible. But yeah, this is possible at this this one, so that's nice at least. But it's just waste of time when they're so dishonest. It's deeply disgusting. It's deeply disgusting. Anyway, so this should be a Windows 7. So we'll copy that, and Realtek Forced 710X60. I don't know. I haven't tested it if it even works on a. I do have a system I can test it on. Yeah. Let's see here. No. Where does it? Where's my? Oh, it's on the other one. Okay. Okay, let's see here. Yeah. Failure on the installation of the Realtek HD audio driver 00005B4. That's the error code. So clearly, if you try to slipstream things, it seems to just make everything break further. Apparently, if you try to slipstream your audio drivers. So. Okay, so what am I going? Well, I still have this version of. I could also just install this one and. No. Okay, we could try these drivers actually, those drivers, and see if it actually works. I'll take this version hard drive out, and I'll take the other hard drive and put it in. This little slim device. Whoopsie. And the audio drivers are working. So, which is one of the reasons why I got these multiple hard drives, because then I could test, things. So what we're going to do is we have the folder copied over, and copy, and it should be signed and all that, and we'll just now these of course are later or latest drivers, so these drivers are, what do you call it, they won't work without some MS installation updates and all that. But yeah, also had like 2 of these. Where is the other one? Oh, that's okay, that's signed. Okay, we need to change the name here. Oh, okay, we need the keyboard. Let's see if we can get the keyboard in. There we go. And it seems to work. Great. Sometimes it doesn't work. Okay, driver. Okay, driver update signed. Driver update signed from driver update program signed. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if there we go. So we have one that is not signed, which actually where you can install it, but it tells you, well, this driver is not signed. We have one driver that is signed, and of course this new version, I think it's a new version, but kind of, I'm not even sure. Did I make a mistake? Maybe it's not actually. Let's see here what version it actually is. Let's see, download 9239. What do we have here? 9239. No, this is actually an older version. Okay. No, wait. Let's. Oh, my head. 29. 9. Oh, it's like 9. Let's see, find it again. Thought it was a newer version at least. 9239. 9239. Actually, it's an older version. This is like 9273. Okay. Well, then it doesn't matter, of course, you know. Well, I guess I could try it to see if it works, but okay, it's an older version apparently. But it has this HD audio thing and file inf hdx hp pc.inf. Okay. So, but that should only be for Windows 7, at least according to this. And it should be directly for this Funk01 thing, but okay, well, maybe it's another one that has a newer version then. I just recalled, which is, I don't know, maybe it's my brain or maybe it's the devil that is doing things that I, 9235. Okay, let's see, 9235. No, this is 9273. Oh, it must be another one that I messed up that actually is a newer then. So this is actually older. Okay. Let's not close that at the moment. We have some Windows 7 driver repair tool. Again, I should probably try some of these driver fix repair tools and see if one of them would actually fix things, that could be a way around things. It just, then you would need to install it, run the driver fix, and then, I guess it's better than nothing, as long as it works, then it's not bad, right? But yeah, I would need to try some of the applications then to do that. Oh, there's a huge cooler without any fan. It doesn't really matter for mine because there's already enough cooling. But could be nice just to have a I understand without. Yeah, this is gigantic cooler. Just way overkill, but I guess if it works, right, that's nice, right? If it works without any fan, that's pretty good. Although there's a fan for it, might not be necessary. I guess you could maybe also put it on mine, and maybe you would need more. I don't know, but anyway. It's actually interesting, right? You have this metal chassis, right, on most computers. Why don't they actually use that for cooling, right? Is that impossible? Why don't they just use the whole chassis as a cooling device? Make some kind of metal thing that is still together yet be able to actually so you can fix it to the chassis and. Yeah, well, anyway, so it's still making this USB and it's not going quick, all the small files and all that takes a long time. So maybe we're looking at 2 hours at least for it to be done. That's a good amount of time, right? If you only can test things every single, 2 hours to make it, or maybe 3 hours or 4 hours even, and then you need to try it out and see if it works, right? That's just not holding much. Now, of course, if you don't have anything else to be, then it's not a problem, right? Okay. Anyway, here's something in regards to updating the boot Vim file in the. Well, that's 11 years old, but I guess. Maybe it has something that could help me. I don't know. I was getting an error through the WDM interface that worked. Can you make a batch file for these commands? You lost me at the boot.vim. I don't know. Trying to update Vista to Windows 7. I don't know. There's not much information on the internet on the West 7. Okay, history. Where's my? Okay, there's multiple windows here apparently open. Okay, let's just throw that okay and throw that away. Okay. Yeah. Well, again, if I wanna have a swim, I should get going, right? Okay, but anyway. Do I want to install a standard version and try to, oh yeah, that was in regards of the, oh yeah, in regards of this update, which I found out was not really, it's just a low copy, and it doesn't have the update either. Well, I guess I can try it anyway. Oh, maybe we just need to push the clicking game and tell it, hey, I'm going to take it out of the computer now. Okay, anyway. Oh, and then we'll say, well, something is going on and blah blah. What is going on? As far as I know, everything is as it. But usually, there's always going something on right on the drive. Apparently, Microsoft loves to do things. Apparently, even if it doesn't really do anything. Anyway, oh yeah, let's turn that on. I don't know, of course I've taken out the speaker, but that shouldn't ruin the graphics drivers in any way. That should still be the slipstream that but I did take it out to see if that actually would work and put the jack stick in and all that, right? Anyway, let's see here. You just unplug the device from the audio jacks. Yeah, that's true. So, but yeah, on this version, it just sound drivers works wonderful without any issue. It's the eyes thing that ruins it. Does something that I just don't know how to fix. So anyway, let's see here the drivers, the last couple of drivers here. We have not signed. Well, we should have a. There we go. No. That's not it either. Actually, these drivers used to be the same as the other one. Okay, we delete those. Where is the? Did I copy the wrong? I think I copied the wrong drivers. Huh. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, just perfect. Yeah, I took the wrong drivers. My brain is just not capable of. No, okay, let's see that. Here we have the. Okay, there they are. Yeah, I took the wrong folder. Typical, right? Yeah, typical. Realtek Force 12.9. Oh, we can also just cut that one. That's the folder forward. We can also change the name already and 12. If that's that's keyboard, great. And 6.0. They also changed the one. Instead of being one in front of it, they now changed the one in the back, and it's like untested. Should be signed. No update. No exe update. Well, update. Yeah. Well, anyway. I can always change the name. But I don't think there's an exe file for installation or no setup file. Anyway, we'll just take this one, right click and say, eject. I don't know, I shouldn't really be doing this, I guess, because I have so many other things to do, right? Always things to do. And this is, I can set up a OS 7 with the standard and update and all that, and pretty well, I guess I haven't, I don't know if I've totally updated it with because there's an update that doesn't seem to, some updates actually that doesn't seem to be available in regard to the updates, whereas when you do it another way, you fix that issue from Megasocks and you have further updating thing. And I actually got to a point where it was all green, but then it was the version where the audio drivers wasn't working. And again, it doesn't matter how many, apparently this audio just is a huge problem throughout the whole thing, and the USB I'm making at the moment, that's a clean installation, a clean image without any drivers, without anything. And I'm just making the image. And then I think it breaks when I update it. When I update the application, I think that's when it breaks. But then again, I try to also install the. What do we have here? Heat issue. I guess it's high temperature. Well, yeah, nothing works as it did in the past, right? Oh, it just becomes hot very easy. So yeah, it's pretty hot, for sure. So I don't know what is breaking it, that's the problem. And again, every single time I try something, and there might be all these kind of different factors that also play in. But it doesn't look like I'm able to slipstream the sound drivers into it. So that's not, it's just something that you would need to then install afterwards. And of course, if the sound drivers are pretty much working out of the box, it's not a biggie, right? It just doesn't have the sound manager. So you need to install the drivers to get the sound manager and all that. Again, not a biggie, right? And you can just right click and say update, and then it will update. It would have been nice to see it actually working out of the box, right? Of course, when you can't even install the drivers to get it working, that's kind of a problem, right? Okay, so let's I think we have it. We have the drivers, and we'll just eject. And we'll take the USB thing, take it out here, put it in the computer, the Slim client, and we'll just go over to, we'll just actually check what the driver is, right? So we need to property, because we can't just make an easy, gateway apparently. As far as I know, you need to go through all the clicking game of Megasocks, right? And we have everything as it is, should be in the device manager, and we have 609191.0 driver. Okay. What driver is that? Let's see here. Boom, 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 boom. Slim client. Let's see what that. I don't even have that. What is going on here? Because that's kind of weird, because I actually thought that that was actually the one I had in regards to that version, like 9.1 something, right? And then all of a sudden I have all these 9239. As far as I recall yesterday, those 9239 was in regards of the Windows 10 update I found. But now they're called 92, it's just, I don't understand the other thing in regards of installing, it just seems like the devil is playing things on me, and making havoc. I installed like a new update on another device, on another hard drive, right? And then I take that hard drive out, put another hard drive in where I haven't done anything, and yet all of a sudden that number in regards to that driver is all of a sudden in the other hard drive or the other installation, which shouldn't have anything. It just seems like the devil is it's messing up with technology and making issues for me as well. It seems like the devil apparently seems to have ability to do things with these kind of things. I wouldn't be the first one saying that either in regards of Christians having issues where technology and other things are doing weird things, But yeah, this is weird, right? You actually have that version where it's like 9.1 and not 9.2. In regards to the Windows 10, do I need to? I can check on the, but it's just, and you get into this confusion, it's like, what is going on, right? But anyway, Microsoft update. Let's see if we can find the update catalog. And let's just search on, Realtek. Let's see what the latest version is. We'll see here. We'll move this one and see Realtek high definition. The latest Windows. Well, let's see. Last updated. It doesn't really find the. Just find 2017. Seems to. No. I just says that's over this and that and all. Well, anyway, let's see Windows 10 then, and narrow it down. I can't be the last updates for this. Doesn't make any sense. Like 2017 should be the. Oh, give me a break. Okay. Anyway, so that just didn't really help me much, but I recall that was like. So anyway, so this driver date is from 22/06/2021. 609191. Where's the 9191 coming from? I don't have a 9191 anymore, apparently. I only have a 92373 and a 97945. So where did it get the 9191 from if, oh my. Anyway. So, whatever. But apparently that driver is older than, and this is on Realtek Semi driver provider, and this is Microsoft. Okay, let's try to update the driver, right? So, well, this is actually from the 923, okay. Let's try to browse. So which one? Well, let's just take the new one we have, right? That we need to test, right? So let's go for, because that's a little older apparently than what I already had. So let's try that. Yippee yippee yay! It is working, and as long it does, when it's working, I haven't crashed it yet. Well, it just stops working. But anyway, okay, let's see. 9239. Okay, 9239. That's the version. Let's run. Next. Let's see if it finds an update that fits it, that it wanna accept, and that is signed. Searching, blah 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 blah. Untested, whatever. We have the Rufus, 88.6%. Yeah, again, it's all the small files. USB keys are usually made to not be good at small files, which would, Still, it's after 10 years, you still have the same issues of these bullshitters. I wish I had the hard drive thing for this USB thing, but I apparently have not enough resources to order it. But that should have you should have made it a lot quicker if it would have worked. It should have worked in the Rufus. Of course, it could be interesting to actually see if it actually worked, and then it should make it a lot quicker. So the installation would be a lot quicker, and the making of the boot disk should be a lot quicker. It should actually only take a couple of minutes, I would think, maybe 10 minutes max, in regards of at least making it, and if it works at least, in regards to Rufus. And of course the installation would still take some time, but it should make it a lot quicker for sure. So, but I don't have that capability, and again, I don't even know if it would work. Again, I would need a hard drive to be able to plug into an M2 hard drive to plug in. I don't have that at the moment, so well, that could have been interesting to see, before using it for other things, which because I guess you could just buy another one if it works wonderfully, right, with smaller hard drive, and yeah, and then use that instead of all the other things which takes like 2.5 hours. Of course, usually you wouldn't need, you're not doing all these things and thereby. Anyway, Windows has successfully updated the driver. Yeah, 9239. Okay, interesting. Restart the computer. Yupsy. Let's restart the computer. And again, this is an installation from the standard 64-bit version of WES. So it's still one of those where drivers has been updated through the MS update, which is like 1 gigabyte of updates, around 100 updates, which of course is absolutely silly, and then it doesn't seem to take the last remnant of updates with it, as far as I can see, compared to the where you can find in the Windows embedded, and in regards to the last one that you can the Windows embedded develop update and all that. That is one, but of course you can download that, and then if you can find it at least in the Microsoft Update catalog, and then you could although I don't know if you could actually just go into that update of different things and actually push that. That would have been nice, but you never know with Microsoft. Megasocks, they usually, if I go in here, let's see here, but this one, and let's save the okay, there we go. So if I go into I guess there's not really much more to look in regards of me, but anyway, so DS64SP1 copy, that's my and we have some out of the box drivers. No, that's not it. What I was looking for. Of course, we have also this. We can delete those. Yep. I guess also some of the other drivers that it doesn't use, I guess I could delete, but then I guess that takes some of the compatibility away from if one wanted to try to use it for other. Here we have security updates. Here we have multiple security updates, and there's the cap file, a cap file, a cap file. It's interesting, right? We have all these cap files that it has made. I wonder if I could take all this folder, right, and say incorporate. It probably wouldn't work, I think, but hey, maybe it has made it, because that would be nice. Then I could just copy these. 7.6. There seems to be some kind of. Oh, maybe there's some kind of. Oh no, this still is apparently. But here we have these cap files. So I wonder if you could actually take those and just say, well, incorporate, just copy them from, or yeah, copy them. No, tell the system to import packages, and then import it from that place, right? Would it work? I don't know. Because if this version of in regards of 11022220 is actually working with the audio, and I could just take those updates and still have it working from this one, that would be nice. But it's usually not easy, right? It's usually not that easy to have things. Okay, the audio manager seems to open up, and let's see, information 6239 works. So that works also, but it doesn't have the install thing. But it's apparently fixed by Microsoft. I got some license and all that. Okay, so let's see here. What was I actually? No, yeah, okay. Well, anyway, let's update it again. Browse, browse, browse. And we want the signed drivers. And the unsigned drivers you can actually install, but it has the installation set up, but not the signed. Although I'm not sure if I actually try to. Oh, there's some graphic glitches here. Not sure why that is, but but the devil does his deed, right? The devil annoys and make things break. I don't know what is going on with the graphics. Clearly seems to be some issues. Anyway, again, I could try to take that RAM out and put the 4 GB, but I haven't had any issues at all with it. It's just these things that. Okay, here we have the newest one signed from. Let's try to take the unsigned, right? This one should be not signed. Let's try to take that and see what it says. Not signed, because it should reject it, I would think. It probably will reject it and say, well, this is not signed. Let's see. What about Rufus? Rufus. Well, again, if I want to have a swim, I really should get going, but I guess I might not. Yeah, it just says this is up to date. So the unsigned doesn't want to do anything with that. Browse and of course the idea I had in regards of was to install the oldest drive I have that I know works without any issues, and that I've apparently hit my and just install and then take it down. Well, I guess the devil is trying his best to make things go yeah, anyway, I'll go 9273. This one. This should update it, because that's signed. No, the best driver software device is already installed. Is this not the okay. Apparently it doesn't wanna install the other update either. But apparently this one that the new driver that I found, apparently it says this is the best driver. Well, I guess okay. That's kind of weird that it wouldn't, that I can't even find it. I can't even. Of course, I can install it and it should work, but it will say in regards to one, it will say it's unsigned, and this one it just doesn't want to. Oh, let's see, update driver, browse my computer. Oh, let me pick from browse, and well, I guess I can delete it and install it again, and then it should. Let's try this one. Let's see. Next. Windows has determined the driver software for your device is up to date. Okay. So that's kind of interesting that it, it want to take the new one I found, but it just doesn't want to take the next one in line. Again, if I uninstall it, let's try to uninstall here. There we go. And we should be able to, well, I guess it probably would like me to have it restarting, right? So we'll just restart, just to be, usually it wants to restart, just to have all the files not too complicated and all that. But we uninstalled and going to restart, and then we'll take the newest drivers and try to install those. Again, the drivers doesn't really make much sense of difference in regards to the audio. You seem to have the same audio possibilities in all of the versions. So I guess the higher number is really more like a support maybe for others. I don't know what they would have, maybe they have done some things that I don't know. But yeah, well, of course the goal of the game, or whatever we want to call it, is to get a fully updated MS Windows installation, or OS 7, with all the drivers as well. So now it starts out with it's running, it's searching for drivers in regards to this little thing. I really don't know what's going on with the graphic drivers. Of course, that was weird, It's set on that one, and this one is, well, this needs to be on that one. Okay. And go back. It's, we want to have the maximum out of the graphics, right? So now it says Realtek high definition audio, installed successfully, and that's, that's nice. Again, usually we don't have any problems with, or maybe it already does, so I can't install. But anyway, we have it. Let's see what version it is. It actually has downloaded the last version I had installed. But we don't see the manager. That was annoying. Let's try to uninstall it then. We don't want Windows to... Maybe Windows, again, all this automatical bullshit that Windows is doing is also making havoc and issues overall for things in regards of it not working on the other thing. I don't know. Maybe just something turned off or what, but it doesn't seem to. It's like 39, error 39, error 39, error 39, right? Anyway, we are uninstalling the drivers again. Apparently Windows thought it should just install the drivers automatically. We didn't want that. But there must be a way to turn that off somewhere. What do we have here? Virtual clone, driver marks, Intel. Yeah, okay. So now we, now we fixed it, and well, maybe we can go in the, what do you call it? Where you go into what do you call it? Go into where you can fix things, or. So it just begins to install the drivers again. Is that, you gotta be kidding me. It just begins to install automatically. Can I stop that, Audio, blah, 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 blah. On high definition audio, installing driver software. Hello, did I want you to do that? No, okay. I don't know why it's, yesterday I was sitting and doing things and trying all these update, driver, uninstall. I just wanted it to delete this. Oh, maybe it's because I didn't delete the driver, so maybe it still had the driver. Okay, let's try again and see if probably had the drivers available then for it. Can we scan for hardware changes, and hopefully it doesn't install anything now. Yeah, No, installing device. It just begins installing it again, you know. What annoying thing, right? Oh my. Yeah, what is it called, this mode where you can go into Windows and I'm not even sure the shortcut for that. Oh, we have a problem with the mouse thing here. Yeah, now I just installed it successfully. And thereby, of course, it will be a little harder for me to actually install the. Let me pick from the list. Blah 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 blah. Have disk. The problem is if it doesn't search for it itself. I have like so many. It has so many INF thing, and I don't know like which one of them. Am I just a total noob? I might just be a total newbie, you know. Well, newbie in regards to these things at least. So this one should be signed. Okay, there's only one in here. Okay, open up. Say okay. Oh, that's nice. Okay, real take audio. Yes, next. Installing this device is not recommended because Windows can't verify that it's compatible with your hardware. If the driver is not compatible, you have okay. This might actually not be signed then, I guess. Maybe that's the reason. So the last signed I guess I have is the one I just downloaded. Interesting. So I guess it's complaining about the temperature. Who cares about the temperature? I have to think here. Yeah, okay. Do we have the audio manager installed? Nope, the audio manager, even if it installs the driver, it doesn't have the manager. Anyway, let's just install this and it should be working, but apparently it seems like it's unsigned. So let's just do that. And it should also install the manager and all that. And so maybe after installing this, maybe it will accept me actually installing an older because it's signed, because it's not signed and all that. Who knows? I'll just have a break here. So, but you know, the thing is, you can go on and on and on and on and on, and it seems to still be able to have the sound. Uh-oh. I think we lost the mouse. Interesting. Windows has successfully updated your driver software, and my mouse is dead. What about the keyboard? Uh-oh. Canceling. No. Wouldn't cancel that. Yeah, we have a problem. Houston, we have a problem. Okay, let's see if we can get the keyboard maybe working. Okay, that's not going to work. Come on. There we go. Installing device driver software. Great. Okay. Can we? There we go. Okay. So now the keyboard works. I don't know over the mouse, but no, the mouse is dead. The mouse is totally dead. Anyway, let's close it down. Shut down. And we'll probably have the mouse working again when we get it on. Turn it on, yeah. And it doesn't really seem to do much difference in regards to the speaker thing. I wouldn't even, I wouldn't think either. But anyway, let's get there we go. We have the speaker fixed into the port again. A very small speaker. But, at least it will show if something works, right? It will say something, right? And it's very narrow little thing. Oh, didn't it turn? Oh, it turned it on. It's off totally. Let's turn it off. Yeah, I don't know if I should have stripped the chassis of all the plastic and all that. That might not have been the best thing, right? But wanted to see if there was anything underneath. I think there's 5 pins on the motherboard. I think it is for a USB port. So you could really just, there's some way you can buy a female plug for USB and for a 5-pin thing, and I think that might work. That's just another USB. That will be fine, right? I don't know if it's connected to other USB connections here and there, but I'm not sure if it's actually USB 3.0 or 2.0, right? I would, and of course, if it's a 3.0, I guess you might need to have the specific thing for that. Anyway, we have the mouse working again. Isn't that just wonderful? Something wasn't installed. Not sure what it was, but anyway, let's see here. But we have the sound drivers working. It might not be signed, although as far as I recall, it said it was signed when you. Let's see here, driver. Digital signer, Microsoft Windows hardware compatibility. No, but it's only 9191.9. Why is it saying 919191? It's not 9191 what we're installing, isn't it? Yes, it is. Maybe it's wrong in regards to the thing that I meant. Maybe it is 9191. Okay, so maybe this one is 9191. At least I'll write 9191 on this. But okay. Why do we have the keyboard? Where's the keyboard? Do I need to take that out and then again? Apparently. Yeah. Isn't it just wonderful with computing, right? 9191. Not really, If you have something in, you would like to have it working, right? So that's 9191 apparently. So that's where the 9191, I guess, maybe went. I don't know. Okay, so we have the 9191, which apparently had issues. Oh, maybe that's why it didn't want to install it, of course. If it was updated, of course. If this was 9191, of course, it wouldn't, but this shouldn't have been 9191. It should have been 92. Okay, anyway. So, anyway, let's try to update and browse and take the latest and greatest. Yeah, it's kind of. What are you doing? You're wasting your life on this bullshit. That's true. But, I guess it's better than to sit and play computer games, right? At least I'm seemingly, hopefully, doing something that's, can be usable. Okay, not signed, include folders. Let's see if it finds. So that's the 9191 apparently, I guess. I have glass in my toes, yeah. That's just everything, but it could be much, much worse, But we know that Satan wanna kill us, and thereby there are people out there that wanna kill us, because a lot of people are controlled by the devil. Oh yeah, lots of people that will love murdering the Christians. Oh yeah. Yeah, Windows has determined that it's up to date. Now let's try the other one then. Because again, it might be because, let's try the other one that we just, and try to update that. But yeah, we do have the speaker now, the manager. So let's try to update and, no, update. Browse. And of course it can't figure out, well, if I was in this folder last time. Well, we couldn't. Well, okay, it actually did. Okay, so let's try this one and say this one and next. Okay, but it didn't really take me down to the place. Windows 2000, it's just so sane. You just feel the sanity when you come into it and use it and all that. So I should see if I can get a slim device with Windows 2000. I know they exist, but of course it's older technology and all that, and I guess that will be a project again of itself. It might be worth it. But this device, sadly, I haven't been able to get that to run Windows 2000. I haven't really had anyone to. I would need to look into. I think this device would be perfect with Windows 2000 or XP and all that. but I can't get into any of those systems as of yet. I haven't been able to. It's just the blue screen over and over again, you know. But I think Linux would be, Crunchbang ++ would be wonderful, or another kind of lightweight system that just focused on smoothness and snappiness. That we go with the word snappy, 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 right? We want a system that is snappy and not slow and tedious. And oh, we have the USB fixed. So on this little device, which probably I need to, that's the new 64. I will just say eject. So on this device, there should be, you know, there's a, well, I already took it out, so to boohoo, you know. Anyway, it says it was still in use. I don't know why it would be in use, you know. We don't have anything that should be in use, but of course that's typical, you know, with Microsocks, Megasocks. Can't even figure out how to make a taskbar stay on top of things, right? Programs, you know, just, you know, well, I guess, well, the program, anyway, programs that, Windows has successfully updated, what the, oh, okay, I think they updated the, and it wants to restart, hey, fine. You know, as long as it works, right? And there's some dialog boxes that are open, yeah, hello, you know, force restart. Just lose your work, blah, blah, blah. Just get on with it. So on this one, there is this WES, you know, edited thing, which is not really edited, it's just the standard version of where the sound driver should work. So at least we have a start out, hopefully, which I can try and install and see if it actually works. So that would be a good beginning in some sense, step one in some sense. Then I have to figure out if I want to try to update it, because as far as I recall, when you update the tool thing and make the same thing, it breaks. If that's the thing, then of course we don't update the tool, and we will try to, and that might get into issues with the MS updates. Then there might be some MS update that don't want to be installed with the tool because they want, you know, it needs the newest version or whatever bullshit as usual, right? You know, one update needs another update, needs another update, needs another update, and all that bullshit, right? But at least if we can actually get the sound to work, you know, have it working, that will, you know, that will take an hour to install that as well, right? But anyway, just sitting, I guess we got a newer version of the sound driver, which is still signed, and apparently found out that one of the version, well, apparently, as far as I recall, that version should have been the same as the other version, but apparently not. Okay, we still have the manager, and we have the 9239 installed. Okay, so let's try to update driver. I think there was one more, right? Let's try to, yeah, so this is signed, this is, yeah, we have the last one. And we're gonna just say next. And if it doesn't find anything, it might be because it's not signed, and thereby won't accept it. And then of course you can force install it without being signed. So whatever, again, doesn't really, you know, matter. You know, the whole idea, of course, if things are signed, there's a bigger chance that they actually will work when you install. Now, by the way, the second, you know, nearly the newest version that, you know, only had one INIF. Yeah, it doesn't say, well, this and blah blah. Okay, so 9239. Okay. Stem 9239. See here. Boom, 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 boom. 9239. Yeah, 9239. That's the 923. And then we have the non-signed, which again, if I want to install that, it has a setup, and the setup will uninstall the other one and install this one, and it will work, you know. But I do wonder, because this one only has, if this only has one NIF, I guess it has multiple, but oh, I should have looked into what NIF does it actually take. That would actually be a pretty good idea, right? Because it only found one NIF that it wanted to run, and I should probably, you know, there's so many of them, right? So if I could actually just find the one that I need, you know, I could just, but I guess, does it take the folder when you do it, or can you actually choose which? Anyway, here, like, wanna, yeah, uninstall. I don't know why that it's in Danish when I said it should be in English, right? But maybe I just need to say, hey, I'm from England, 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 instead of saying I'm from Denmark, because apparently this, you know, I get it in Danish, some of these things, and I don't want it in Danish, because Danish just makes it harder to find, you know, help file or help things. Okay, anyway, so we have this one. Okay, we'll put this over here, and we'll try to, I think we're just going to try to, we have one of these USB things, right, in regards of 16 gigabyte. I don't see it. It's not found in, well, we have, I'll try again, or maybe you would just push it on. Try another port, maybe. Well, it made something, but it didn't really do much. Anyway, restart. Didn't really show anything in regards to this one. Okay, we'll take it out. Let's try to take the other one in. Usually I bought these for music already. That was the primary reason. Here we have something, and it has something installed. It has a standard 7 apparently, which apparently is empty. Okay, so maybe this was one of the ones I tried. I don't know what the other one, maybe that hasn't been fixed or something. Maybe that seems to be, or maybe there's some Linux on it or something like that. Okay, so anyway, let's take the standard here. The question is, what am I going to do? If this one works with the outer drivers, and that of course will be seen when I install it, then of course we need to just, yeah, well, I need to make a kind of a backup, right? So let's go in here and make a copy. Copy here. I should make a copy of it. Yep. It doesn't matter with the application, because we'll just install that again. I guess it doesn't matter much in regards to that one either, but it shouldn't change anything really with, it should only be the application it changes. So there shouldn't be any difference in regards of I don't know if it actually also stops, you know, this one in regards to stopping Microsoft's from installing a newer driver, so it actually can install its you know, the newest version, which is not signed. So I don't get it. Apparently that other signed thing was not the newest version. Just weird. Otherwise, as far as I recall, it was the same version, and that's why I wrote it. Or it seems to be another kind of version. So maybe that messed up my... I've used 2 different applications to find the newest updates, and there's of course many others out there that can look into in regards to the newest updates. And some of these updates you don't really need, but yeah, whatever. Install Shield. So you use multiple tools to help you pretty much. Yeah, can verify the publisher of this driver software. I don't know why the memories of the past coming up, bubbling up like all of a sudden, right? Like cognac. In regards to Stroh just came up with, like the taste of Stroh. Why would my brain get that, Maybe it's because I'm shipwrecking my brain. These past memories just don't matter, just go away, you know. Um. Oh well. Anyway, so do I want to restart? Yeah, just restart the computer. Anyway, the driver should be working without any issue. But again, it doesn't really. In the end, it doesn't. It doesn't need to have the newest drivers. It's just. So anyway, So now we have fixed that as a backup, and I can see if there's any change in the DSP folder compared to this one after we update. I could also make a copy of this one to see the differences as well between, who knows? Maybe it's just a fix that needs to be. See, copy there, and it will copy into another copy folder. And there we go. Now, yeah, as you could hear, the sound was working. That's the little slim device. And of course, the only thing you really use the manager for is to boost the sound so you can actually hear it. What you do is go down to treble, and you take on and you boost it as much as you possible can in the lower end, or in the higher end, I guess. So you do loudness equalization and then boost the treble. And in regards to CD format, doesn't really matter. I just take the lower one. I don't know if probably not going to make it quick or anything like that, but there's not really any reason to go up higher in regards to things. Okay, so now we have the newest version installed. Okay, so let's try to eject that. Now, what I would like to actually do is to actually take the oldest version of the drivers, and maybe even the newest of the signed drivers, although I don't know if they actually work with out. I tested it yesterday, so I know the older versions works. And then just use double driver and take these drivers out and try to slipstream them. Anyway, there was something else I wanted to look into. Right? Oh yeah. We're going to update this application now. This tool thing. So we're going into Windows, install, blah blah blah, and yeah, well, maybe I shouldn't say blah 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 when I'm live, right? So we're going system installations, and we're going to take the toolkit December 2013 update and open that up. No, we're not going to open it up. We're going to mount it on the sheep thing, virtual sheep, whatever it's called, and we're opening it up, and there's a text file readme, which I'm not sure if it actually comes from Windows, but we're going to, toolkit. Brief description. This release includes bug fixes and improvement for the embedded toolkit for the image configuration tool, the ICE, and the image builder wizard, the IBW. Apparently so much so it breaks the audio, right? Installation information, the executable automatically starts the up. Maybe there's a setting in it. Maybe there's a small setting in maybe it's a setting that it changes, and by changing the setting, it just ruins it. I don't know which version do I have over here. Windows Embedded Developer. No, that we're gonna see here. Yeah, blah blah blah. Let's see if I have the because I could compare the two maybe. see if I can find something in regards to the audio, and see if there's something that it changed. Well, this is 110314. Let's see, aesthetic distribution. What distribution does it have? Okay. I guess it just have the standard. Okay. So we have like driver. Let's see here. Do we have some kind of sound driver thing here? USB or I don't know. There's some media. There's a little media thing here. It's like a search maybe, so I can search for hit class. Language package. Product. Must be in the drivers or something like that. No, maybe no, because that's just drivers, isn't it? But what is it at update? No, it can't be updating this, because it must be someplace else, because it doesn't seem to. But then again, this one didn't work, and I made that with the updated version. I tried to pull it back to the older version. I did get it installed, but it still had the issue, and yet the issue seems to be coming with the newer version of this. There must be some kind of setting that it just makes it ruin, right? Anyway, let's start this update up, and I can check what files it changed, I guess, with Total Commander maybe. But yeah, must be, a setting, whatever, that makes it break something, just a little small setting maybe that just makes everything break. Okay, we want to repair, right? And repair. And then it begins to, please wait while the install wizard installs Windows Embedded Standard 7 SP1. This may take several moments. Oh, it wants me to close down the program. Okay, okay, updating, copying new files, removing, blah blah blah. Okay. So now it should have installed the new version. We'll take Total Commander and go, I think it's Total Commander, right? Total Commander. Yep, let's try. I'm not so good at Total Commander, but it would probably have been a nice idea to actually have used and understood it, right? But anyway, don't reinvent the wheel. But they love reinventing the wheel. They just don't do anything else than reinvent the wheel in technology. Okay, there we go, and there we go, and let's see. Compare directories. The files in the Sol and target directory look identical. How can that be? It said the same thing last time, but that shouldn't be. There should have been some difference, This one is newer than. So that should have been changed, but still, in regards to the health file, seems to have. So why can't it? But apparently, I guess the files overall seems to be the same, but there are clearly some difference, right? So, is it also taking, like, when it's comparing the directories, it can't really be doing much of a mark newer? Let's say, well, it looks identical. How can it look identical when it has updated things? You can see the dates also. This is new, updated. So how is it newer, right? It's just, how can they be identical if, I don't get it. Maybe I need to use another application or something like that. what can I see? Date. Oh yeah, it actually also changed in regards to the size. Oh, that was something. Oh, that was in regards to small files. That was a good trick. I forgot about. Yeah, they do look identical pretty much in regards to size. So what has been changed since it doesn't work with the? And what is it installing? What is it doing to? Anyway, okay. Madness, madness, madness. Absolutely madness. Anyway, let's open this one up. And we can get into help. And about. And now it has updated. So what we're going to do is to create media, create IPW image with full distribution. Should not be any difference in regards of let's program that. Shouldn't be any difference in regards of image or anything like that. So we're going to create the IPv64. We're going to make new folder. Okay, we don't have update on. Well, anyway, let's just use that one. Okay, and that's so far so good. Okay. Yeah, I should have gone swimming. That's kind of too late now. Anyway, I do still have this one to check out. I'm not feeling so good, you know. Maybe it's the radiation from the mobile, you know, 4G, you know. It's not good. Not good. And I usually don't have 4G on when I use the mobile usually. I shouldn't really use it. I thought about it. I should get rid of this bullshit. All this radiation, of course, we get radiation everywhere, you know. They just wanna kill us, murder us, control us. Deeply diabolical. Okay, thinking. Okay, yeah. So what happens if I now, you know, now that it's not signed, right? In regards of can I install the oldest version of the sound? If I like properties, well, the driver is not digital signed. Okay, so update driver. What happens if I like takes the oldest, or we so now this has been created. Okay, wait. Just, you know, you have to. It's not all. So we're going into the. Just before we forget it, right? Image burn, right? We go into image burn, right? We go create image file from files folders. And we just take the new folder and make a bootable, find the boot image from number 2, go into the boot and find etfs boot.com, and we'll make this into an 8 on, we'll just use the digital keyboard here. 8, great. And we'll just fix and call it LLL, no, wait, pretty much. That's not a computer, we need the digital keyboard. Okay, KKKKKKKK, yep, save. Great. And go. Great. Did we lose the... Okay. So now it's going to make that. It takes around 20 seconds. Then we need to have the Rufus. And we have the standard 7. We need to fix on MPR, BIOS. Yeah, and we have label. This is called, well, I guess it will change maybe that when we take the KKK. There we go, preparing image. Great. That was 4 gigabyte. Isn't that actually bigger than it was, before? Was it 4 gigabyte last time as well? I thought it was like 3.7. Let's see here. Yeah, 3.7. So the update has added 300 megabyte to it. So where are these extra 300 megabyte? If it says that the files are the same, it must have been updating something somewhere, right? Oh yeah, let's see if it, see the changes in regards to the. We can first take the installation here. Tools, let's see properties, but it should have checked if it was any different. 1.72, same size. So the application itself seems to be not exactly the same, but very close. We're talking about 1 megabyte of difference, really. And yet, even with 1 megabyte of difference, it doesn't tell me, the total command at least. The same amount of files. There's just, No, wait. Let's see. No, sorry, a little more. Let's see. 1867, 1876. Okay, so that's, what's that? 11. No, sorry, 9 megabyte. Right. Okay, 9 megabyte more. So again, different. There's absolutely a difference on that. But how is it that the size of the is greater? There should be this. It must be adding something. Okay, whatever. Anyway, let's see here. Okay, the KKK is it's 3.68 apparently when you make it. It's a little bit, 3951. That's one of them. 3955. So it's a little bit bigger, which apparently make it fails, right? 4 megabyte bigger, it seems. So it must be adding something that makes it break, right? I don't know. Again, I don't know if there's an update after that. There might be an update, and again, you might need to use a specific program to get that update, in regards of money. We want, it's like, how many thousands of dollars did it cost to, just in Maniac, It was $100,000, and for you to actually just be able to buy the updating thing of, they're still making update for the West 7 in regards to security updates. But you just need that's fair enough, right? But then you needed to buy, or maybe it was $10,000. It was just way overboard anyway. You needed to have this, according to this guy, before you could actually, just way outrageous. But of course, that's not my goal here to update with, I don't care about that. I just want to have it fully updated to the point where it stops, right? So let's go into documents and let's take the KKK from the new folder .2 blah 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 blah, and we are going go. Yeah, destroy it all. Let's see how far. If it had what did it take for the other one? 1.5 hours or something like that. How long does it take for this one? Well, I guess an hour or so, Anyway, what we wanna do, okay, let's see here. Oh, we wanted to go back to the other one in regards to the slim. Oh yeah, we needed the My brain, I can't multitask anymore. That was a time when in my youth that I was very good at multitasking. Then continue. Okay, so not anymore multitasking, and yet I want to do multiple things, right? but multitasking just went out the window at some point in my youth. I remember when it, just my brain, I guess, got infected with fungus, I remember like the world became like a dream at some point where I just didn't feel normal anymore. Just felt like it was all like a dreamlike state, I don't know if I'm feeling normal anymore, because whatever the case, I guess the normal might actually be the state that I ended up getting into, where I could feel the difference, and then over time, I guess it just maybe become normal, and I don't know. It's weird. A lot of weird things going on. Okay, anyway, let's take this oldest we have here, which is signed. Let's see if it want to install it, because the other one is not signed. So I would think that it would actually say, well, it's not signed, so we'll just install the signed version, right? I would think that Microsoft's or Windows would prefer a signed version that is older compared to a new version that is not signed. So anyway, it's now making that USB boot. It's actually, but maybe it actually goes so quickly in the beginning, but that's actually a lot quicker than. I understand these USB keys are a lot newer, but of course, when we get to the end of things, it might actually. And you can see the sound is working on the little device that was from the. But yeah, when we get to the end of this, it begins to fix all the small files, and that's why it's pulling teeth out, right? Installing driver software is still added. The other one here, I don't know if it want to install it or not in regards to these older. If it want to throw out the newest driver, which is not signed, and install the oldest. Now the thing is, if I can install the oldest and also actually look into in regards to what INF it actually takes, so I know what it is actually that it's actually using. That I need to look into that as well, because there's so many of these INF files, and you're just sitting there and you're just thinking which one is the one that I need to run. But if Windows actually already knows that and can help me tell me that, and okay, but anyway, then I might just be able to take that one single driver INF instead of 105, and who knows, that might make things work, I don't know. Maybe not. I will need to try that. I can't even remember if it's even possible to just take one INF file, or if you need to make Windows look in the folder itself. Okay, at the moment this thing goes very quick. We are on 55%, and it's only 4 minutes, So if this is going as, if this only takes 10 minutes, I will absolutely use those instead of this old USB key. And I know it's like very old, right? It's very, 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 very old, but yeah. Okay, Windows has finished installing this device. Yeah. The hardware you installed might not work before you, okay, close. So I want to restart, so we're just closing these windows down. Do you want to, yes, I want to restart. Isn't that, so yeah, it preferred the signed driver compared to the unsigned driver. So that's great. So now I also can search for updates and see what INF file it actually takes of all those multi-NFF and EINF files. Anyway, 91% on the USB. If that's, if this works like 10 minutes or something like that, I will use them at, for sure. I might have some, but the problem is I'm using these others for other things. So, like this one have like, I've installed the standard system for the Slim client. So if I get another Slim client or whatever, I can just put this in, and it starts up and can install the standard system, so you can get the key out, the West 7 key. Maybe you can also get it from Microsoft if you know what to call to actually get the key. I don't know, but that might be possible. Okay, so now we have installed the audio drivers. Let's see, Sound Manager. Let's see what version we have. Yep, we have the 7899. Interesting. So that actually works. So if you wanna, like, you can just go to the one that is not signed and then have, then you can go through things again, I guess. So let's see, browse my computer, and let's try to make it browse the some of the others here. Let's take that one, which is just a little update. Yeah, and say next. Let's see what it finds and what it feels like that it needs to use in regards to all those. Okay, we are getting closer to the end with the USB key, but it's still, 7 minutes. And, well, it's 87. It just jumped huge. That was a big file, so big files go quick usually, right? It's the small files that have issues. Yeah, I do not think I will use the other USB pin anymore for that. But I guess I usually also just have, like, I had Windows 10 on it. Finally got Windows 10 to work, and all that took me ages as well because of all the nonsense. So, but I don't, Windows 10 was only because of the other, and I threw that out. I'm not going to install Windows 10 just because of installing whatever. Anyway, in regards to updates, so it's a very bad computer that I got from HP. It just actually sucks. It sucks utterly. But the idea, if you could actually use it for just programming, that's some kind of Linux and something. Okay, when does it finish installing the driver for this device? Well, didn't we actually search for it? Well, apparently not. Apparently, or maybe I overlooked it. Didn't I actually say just search for it, not install it? Didn't I? I don't feel. I don't think. No, I don't recall actually telling it should actually take this, right? I just said, look for. I didn't say install, did I? Yeah. I don't know. Okay, maybe I did. Maybe I don't know. Again, it's this madness. I don't know. I guess it's a little of everything, right? Okay. Oh, we're finished. Wow. You tell me that we're already finished? That's amazing. That's the thing that I will use for. Great. I guess these are also the newest that I have. Although they're still old school, but they seem to be pretty fast. Great. That was quick. Great. So here we have one. Maybe I should put a number on it or something like that. Okay. Well, 8 minutes. 8 minutes and 28 seconds. That's a lot less than 1.5 hours. Okay. Wow, that will help me in regards of time and all that. Let's see the other one here. Maybe there's some kind of Linux on that or something like that, but because it doesn't seem to show up. Okay, that was nice. And maybe that also installs a lot quicker then. I guess I could make a test in regards to how fast they really are. But they should also only run USB 2, both of them, so. But I have the benchmark thing here. Of course, it doesn't show the other thing here. Well, I could just let's take this one. No, maybe I should wait with that so it just doesn't. We don't want it to ruin anything, right? But yeah, so that's great. I'm just going through this one. no, system protection, no, device manager. We have the, and as you know, as one can see, I can break it and update this and that and all that, and there doesn't seem to be any problem. Oh no, cancel. Update, browse my computer, and okay, browse. Let's see this time. I'll check the next one in line, and that's the, okay, we have this one which is apparently signed, right? Yep. And oh yeah, we have this one that is also signed. Okay, yeah, okay. So anyways, let's see next, and it should find, don't install it, if it's the idea was that it usually shows before you install it, doesn't it? No, it just say installing. Why is it not giving me the, I guess I must need to push something else to make it, no, it's installing, it's just automatically installing drivers. Did I say that it should install the drivers? No, I said it should search for drivers, right? Then you usually get the option, right? No, apparently not. No, doesn't want to give me the option for that, apparently. Okay, anyway. Yeah, but I have this benchmark test tool, which could be interesting too. Well, let's just run it and hope that it doesn't ruin the, put it in here. And of course, it might actually get even faster if I maybe put it in a faster port, or like, no, it shouldn't really get much faster, no. Anyway, let's make a benchmark test here against the two, because clearly there's a difference. That's a new one. Stop. And so that should be very slow. Yeah, I just, I didn't have anything else like the USB keys, the others are, so, yeah, it's just a very, very old USB, and you use what you have, right? And that was the one I had. And maybe in regards of this system thing, it should really be something that I don't use that much time, or whatever, that is on the oldest USB when it's that slow. Yeah, it's true, that was a lot slower on the smaller files for sure. So apparently Windows, when I do it like that, just installs the thing instead of actually asking me in regards of and showing me, so that must be, that's different ways of, maybe it needs to be uninstalled before it actually want to show me the specific file. Was that the thing? But then of course it's automatically install things again, right? It's just, but I did have it once where it actually did show me the, I can't remember how that was, how I did that. It was in regards to searching for when you have the place, right? But yeah, I'm already doing that, right? Because you have this where it just shows a huge list of all these things if you actually, but I had it like where it was showing one specific one that it was choosing. So, oh, that was when I updated it for the last greatest update, right? And I got it to, it only showed one, or was it this? But how did I, is that another way to, I don't know. Well, maybe it was another way to do it. Okay, we get around 30 megabytes on the, there was this thing, because a lot of small files, right, when you're having programs and this, that, and if a USB key is really bad at the lower end, it can really do a lot of havoc. Here the right is Well, okay, it's still only 10, so yeah, let's see then the other one. Of course, the write on the lower levels is also very bad. Okay, anyway, rollback drivers, but I guess it's also say update driver, browse my search automatically from browse my computer. Let me pick from a list. Okay, here we have like a list, right? But it's like multiple actually here. This driver is not digital signed, and let's say warning, right? So we have like, okay, have disk, browse, but then it wants to have me choose the INF, and I do not know which one it would be. If we go into Slim here and get to this one, we have multiple. Oh yeah, there was one of them that only had one, right? Oh yeah, that's here. There we go, HDXRT. Okay. So what about this one? XDX, is that like a XRTX? RT, there we go. This should actually be the one then. Okay, so, okay, let's see, okay, let's see this one. With a 60, there we have like huge amount of difference, right? Okay, and that's not. The next one, huge amount of NIF. The next one, huge amount of NIF, okay. And this one, only one. There we go. And this one, huge amount of them. And this one, see here, huge amount of them. So one of the drivers of, that works for it only has one, and that's the HDXRT. That's this 9191 driver. That's the only one that has only one, which apparently seems to work. Well, now it says it cannot verify that it's compatible with your hardware. What? No, so cancel. Okay, but it only has one, so let's try to update it another way. Browse, and take this one. Say okay, next, and search installing driver. So I don't know, is it searching for something else than the INF when you update? I should only search for the INF, right? And apparently it seems to only be one. So let's see here. Because maybe that would, when I then integrate the drivers onto the installation, there would only be one instead of 105, and that might help the installation maybe to work. I don't know. That's a possibility. Well, we can try, I guess. Okay, we still have the testing of this other. Its write is 10 megabyte at the moment. It goes up, and 10 megabytes is the maximum. Read speed is better, of course, but yeah, doesn't look so wonderful, I guess. It'll be interesting to test the other one and see the comparison. I guess the write in the bottom will be a lot fast. It must be a lot faster because it took less than 10 minutes, and the other one took 2.5 hours or something like that. Or was it? Oh no, wait. Or was it 1.5 hours? Sorry, 1.5 hours. I think it was. Anyway, long time, long time. Installing driver software. That's interesting. Oh wait, we can also have a look on it at the same time. Trying to okay, Slim. Okay, 9.1, okay. Well, it just seems these drivers, you don't have, you have one. You have one single thing and just a folder, and yeah. Maybe I should try these, and integrate and see if it actually wanna, work, Probably not, but hey, if they do, it's like yippee yippee yay, right? It takes a little longer, it just takes a little time for it to install. But there's only one INF, and although when I pushed it, it said, well, it can't verify that these drivers and all that, and yet it's seemingly installing anyway when you do it, right? And that were these drivers as far was only made for Windows 7, right? And yeah, anyway. It's really weird with all these driver things, and would just be nice if I could just find them on the Realtek webpage. But I only found these other drivers, and apparently these, Intel. You can't even find the chipset drivers. Intel says, well, we don't. You can't download the chipset drivers here. You need to go to your vendor. Are you kidding me? Yeah, the vendor have the chipset drivers. It's just bullshit, Okay. I need to restart. There we go. Okay, so this version of the driver only have one NIF instead of this huge collection of NIF. Which again, I don't know. Maybe I couldn't open it up in a notepad and see the differences. I'm not entirely sure how that works out. But anyway, it could be interesting to try to incorporate that specific driver into the standard installation and have a go and see if it actually would work. Of course, it could also be interesting to see the standard driver and then install to see if it actually works, but to see if there's a chance. Of course, it's not a total old driver, but it's not a new driver, so it should be able to. And it's signed, so. Well. I don't know. We can see, we can check, we can try it out, I guess. Instead of having it like it's finding 105 different, and that might be a problem for it. Again, I don't know. Okay, shut it down. And okay, we are finished with the testing. Okay, with that doesn't look so good. We'll fix the other one in. Open another program, so we have like 2. And there we go. We'll start. And I don't know which one I really should start with, because the second one is where the update is, right? So if the update and still working with the audio and all that, that would be awesome. I guess I should really quickly be able to see that there's an issue in regards of that it has, that this doesn't, showing. And if that's, I guess there's no worth of actually trying to install it. If it shows that thing, I think it probably wouldn't need. Okay, this is weird. As far as it goes, it's actually not that much. Well, it begins to go up for sure now. But on the small files, it is faster. But you wouldn't think it would actually be that much. But apparently it is, Now it goes up to 5. A huge difference in regards of, time to make one. So, and I guess that might also be in regards to the applications when when you're running portable applications, you want it as quick as possible on the lower end. Yeah, now it goes quickly up. So on the lower files, it's like 16, goes a lot up. So a lot of the small files, now it went down. The reader also is a lot greater for sure. You're already on 30 megabytes, and the other one never reached more than 23. And it's on 34 megabyte now, so installing and all that should also be quicker, of course. So at least making the thing is a lot quicker. So yeah, I guess that's a way to test the USB keys as well. But it would have been nice to see the micro SD actually work. I don't know. I still don't know why that wouldn't work. Okay, well, what was we doing with the other computer actually? Just restarting it? Well, apparently it doesn't seem to want to start up, apparently. Well, we're not like or maybe we're closing it down. I can't remember. Like, I have a very short memory span, you know, clearly. That's terrible. My brain needs a break. It's called overtraining, right? Overtraining the brain, overusing the brain. Yeah, it's kind of odd because the writing is not actually. Well, it went up to 20, 19, 13, and then it's going down to 11 now. But clearly, in the real use, that's a huge difference, right? So I just this getting read speeds are getting up to 35 megabytes, which, as far as I know, is the maximum for 2.0. So okay, oh yeah, well, I think we got this sorted out. We wanted to turn it off, get the other drive in so we can install whatever we want to install, and yeah, let's do that. Oh yeah, that's just to try the if it finishes the USB. Well, I guess it takes a little time. Well, anyway, I'll take this out. My working system. And we'll fix the thing that we use, install different systems and all. There we go. Take this one out because if we have a USB thing in it, when we do it, it won't work in regards of making things. We're still waiting for it to finish testing. Again, looking at it, it doesn't really like it. It's quicker in the lower end, and apparently that's just enough for making it way quicker than the other one. So even if you look at a test like this and you see, well, it doesn't really look much of a difference, but clearly there's, even if you look at the test results here, of course the read speed is 35 on a lot of them, so that's, of course, when you read, it will be faster, right? But it's the write speed that really should have an effect on things, right? And it is faster on the lower end for sure, and apparently that is making the huge difference, apparently. Because again, on the higher end, it still seems to be like 10 megabyte. It just goes up to 20 megabyte, and then it just it goes down again. So it just goes up to 20 megabyte, and then it goes down again. So it's a little weird in regards of, there might be some kind of in regards to the test, but it seems to consistently continue with 10 megabyte now. I don't know if it's because it's hot or something like that. Doesn't feel like it's. It doesn't feel like it's tremendously hot or anything like that. So, doesn't seem to be a heat issue, which you can have on the micro SDs. That's usually a heat issue, and you can take your fingers and put it on the very hot micro SD card, and it will actually speed up again. Because it gets the heat dispersed. It's weird, but yeah. Just a warning, they can become pretty hot. I haven't burnt myself on them, but it's clearly very hot. Yeah, so again, the stats doesn't really look like it's a huge difference, right? But apparently those, yeah. Maybe these test programs just to throw out or something like that, and maybe just look at what it actually does in real life, like when we have small files and big files like a Windows installation, you know. Maybe it's just better to just, you know, in regards of live, I'm using Atto disk benchmark, right? And of course there's a huge difference in regards to the lower end in regards of portable applications, but there seem to be, yeah, well, I guess that must be, well, it's double, a little over double speed, but still, you know, it's like way faster on, well, I guess all these small files we have like 5 megabytes instead of 700 kilobyte, okay? But yet it's just a huge difference, like under 10 minutes, and I think it was 1.5 hours, right? Or something like that. Or maybe it was, I can't remember, but long time, right? It took me to make one. I would need to maybe, I don't know if you can have multiple Rufus open, then I could compare. I think it was like 2 hours, but anyway, 10 minutes compared to 2 hours, and then you run a test like this, and it doesn't really seem like it's much difference, and yet in practice, there's a huge, gigantic difference, you know, huge. Yeah, and you just look at the results here, right? You're just saying, yeah, there's a little difference, but for the difference of so much, like, well, I guess I can test that as well at some point, and you know, well, I guess I can just, you know, when I make the next one or something like that, I can just, yeah, see the difference again. If I want to waste a lot of, well, I guess I can make multiple actually, you know, I can put it maybe to work 1, 2 if I can have multiple Rufus open. Okay, we're finished. So what we're going to do, we'll take this one and put in here, and we'll. So this is the thing that is updated. It has the, well, it was made with the ICE updated version. So we'll just turn that on and push the P thing, and there we go. Let's see if it actually even want to work in regards to booting up. Yep, seems to work. Great. You know, so far so good. It's always nice to see that a USB is actually working for the booting thing, right? Maybe there's a, you know, when making the ISO file, maybe there's a problem on that level. You know, you never know what the issue. You know, there's so many factors that could be, but really the booting thing should really be just in regards of making Windows boot. So wouldn't think there would be a problem there. And of course, in regards of, yeah, the RAM as well might be. Maybe I should close it down and fix the 4 gigabyte RAM instead of the. You know, it's still testing, so maybe I should. Well, we can first, you know, go into the image here, and I'll just find the RAM. There we go. So we go into here, and we should see an issue next. So anyway, we have the. Come on, stay. Okay. Yeah. Next. I guess in regards to the keyboard output, yeah. Okay. No. I don't see any problem here. I see the APCI Ethernet encryptions. I don't see any issues here. I don't see any problem with the. There's no, at least not out of the package here. That doesn't seem to say anything in regards of the audio. Now, of course, that doesn't mean it works if I install it right, but it doesn't at least have this issue that shows that there's a problem. And this should be the and actually it now also gives me the possibility of actually choosing that. That's not always it's not always why it gives you that possibility. Sometimes it's just grayed out. Okay, next. And I guess we'll just install it. If that still works with the audio driver, then of course I don't need to get back to the first edition. But last time it didn't work. Maybe something with the DVD or something. I don't know. Well, I don't know. We'll see. No, because I've also tried with the. I don't know. I really don't know. But we'll keep an eye on it for sure now. Anyway, here we have the. These are the old ones that doesn't work on, but this one is. Let's just take it out and put it over here if I need it. If I ever get to the point where I feel like I would need it. Installing features and updates. So yeah, how fast it will install Windows is a good question now, of course. I don't know how fast the DVD is. I haven't really taken any numbering thing on things and all that, but of course it should be fast. Well, at least in regards of compared to the other one, in regards of moving the files over to the hard drive, that should be at least faster. But again, I don't know in regards to the CD-ROM drive. It still runs through the USB 2.0, so the maximum would still be like 35, right? Interesting, all these stats that you don't are able to see the stats easily, right? You know, kind of nice to see what do we actually get out of it, right? But anyway, it's installing features and updates, and if the sound works on this, that'll be interesting. I don't know why, you know, I just, that was just be weird, but yeah. Okay, so you know, in regards of auto, you can see it here. Just take a, but I'm not kind of, you know, this is the results I got, right? And when you look at it, you know, of course there are differences, right? But it's, you wouldn't expect that there would be so huge a difference in you know, one taking, I think it was 2 hours and or something like that, 1.5 hours to 2 hours or something like that, or maybe an hour, doesn't matter, you know, just, well, I guess it matters, but it takes a huge amount of time, right? And then you have just one and it takes less than 10 minutes. Now, of course, it's still, you know, still 10 minutes, right? But it's a lot less than the other thing, you know. So that's, yeah, let's just get this one up, this lightweight web page, and there we go. So let's, I guess we can close this one down. No, close this one down, you know, and all the clicking game of this and that. Do you want to do this? And this one, Total Commander, didn't really help me much on this one, at least. The README file didn't help me much. Close this one. Leave side. Yep. Close this one as well. We can shut it down, and we'll try to run the other one here I have. See if we can boot up with this and see if there's anything. Then hidden widow. The instruction, memory, blah blah, the memory could not be read. Click OK to terminate the program. Oh, it's a hidden window, so it's just hiding in the background. Yeah, well, anyway. Okay, so far so good. Maybe it's the computer that is the problem, but if I could sit and make it all on the slim, right? But it's so slow with the tools. Anyway, let's turn it on and push P and see if we can see if there's any bootable thing on this, and if there's not, we'll just see if we can destroy it and use it as well. Oh no, this is. No, we need this one. We need the keyboard. Oh, that was not the P. Okay. Did we get in the BIOS? Did we get it before? No. Okay. Well, need to restart that. Well, if I want some food, I also need to get on going. I don't know if I need some food. It's interesting. All the salad has been removed from the place. I guess we're going into a food crisis, right? Or something like that. Whatever. Ruining everything. That's their goal. Interesting how a system that was pretty functional and you could always make it better for sure, how they just purposely ruin everything. Isn't it interesting? The Satanist. Here we have the boot menu. Crucifix. Yep. Let's go with the crucifix and see if there's any bootable Linux. Nope. I just went directly to the starting Windows apparently. At least it didn't want to boot. Okay, from it. Whatever. Don't recall anything anyway, so let's just see if we can. That's interesting if it's actually working still on the. Again, it might just be a file when it is installed over to the system, some kind of corrupt thing that just didn't, get over, but it's multiple times that I've. So, I don't know. I'll keep, if this works, I'll keep an eye of, and I guess make backups, and keep an eye. But something else might break, right? And then you're back to square one. That's. I guess not totally back to square one, right? But it did really push me back for sure, this nonsense. Okay, let's see. What is it called? Defrag. What a partitioning. It's interesting how it sometimes wants the create and format partitions. There we go. It's much better, much easier on Linux with some of the programs they have. Okay, here we have like unallocated 14.32. Why is it not shown to actually be able to be formatted then if it shows why is it not showing up in the, like, it's not showing up. Why wouldn't it be showing up? I don't know. Anyway, new symbol, blah blah blah. It's actually 14.32, so 14 gigabyte. I don't like this. This lying, right? Every time they say something is 16 gigabyte or 32 gigabyte, or they're lying. They're lying. So let's say SanDisk 14 gigabyte. Great. Finished. Of course we have 2, so I should say 1 and 2 or something like that. Or put a number on it at the behind thing, some place. I could put the numbering here and just 7 or something like that. Or 8. I have some numberings. As long as it doesn't matter which number it is, as long as I can. No, and when you put it in, I guess the number will probably be on the, I wonder, but you know, you would like to have the number on top, right? There doesn't seem to be much room on the top if this is the top. Anyway, here we go. We have one more we can use, I think. No, it's still not shown. Maybe I need to take it out and in again, but yeah. Properties. Okay, let's take it out and in. There we go, it went out. And in again. Are you going to show it in the file manager? Hello? No? I don't know. It doesn't show in the file manager. I don't know why. Change letter. I don't know. Why wouldn't it work? You know, we can say FAT32 maybe. Allocation for perform a quick. Yeah. Okay. Let's try that. I don't care as long as it just finds it, right? It's interesting, but because it finds it in the disk management, right? You know, so you would think that. The typical bullshit. Hello, where is it? It's just gone. It's not there. Maybe it's broke. I don't know. Probably just some kind of bullshit. It shows like, you know, trains, drive, edit. Oh, maybe it wants me to sign a letter, which already should actually have been done, but okay, we think we have it. There we go, finally. I don't know why it didn't add it. The letter already had said yes to that. But there we go, okay, and we just need to format into FS because we don't want the rest anyway, and default. Well, this fall is fine. Perform a quick format. Enable file. Nope. Just do that. Yep. That's fine. Besides, in regards of 14 gigabyte, you usually use more. You know, you actually just go on the lower end is probably better because you always lose some data as well. So that's actually closer to the truth, right? If you have like, it will say, oh, 15.2. It doesn't even say 16 in regards of being a 16 gigabyte. It says 14.2, but if you just lower the number, you will be a lot closer to the truth because you will lose some data anyway because of the clusters. All these things that they hide away from us. Anyway, it's now functional and you can do whatever. Okay, so what do I want to do? I already tried to then, in regards to the update, right? I would love to see if I could try. Well, we already took a copy, but we didn't take a copy afterwards, did we? That's a copy before and after, right? Before, let's see, before. Yeah, and the same thing we want to do in here. We'll copy, well, you have this one, copy, and that would be like before. And then we want something after, I guess. I'm not entirely sure if I, yeah, well, copy here, and then, you know, right after, you know, that's after the update, right? So we have the before and after the update, and we'll just make a copy of those, and yeah. And we'll do the same thing with the application, just to have a copy of things. And then we'll try to, you know, just fix the, you know, will try to fix the updates that I already have from the other one and incorporate them. But again, yeah, I should probably just check if the audio driver, but I didn't get any error, so I'm actually hoping that it actually worked. And then if I can just incorporate the drivers, I can fix them over to the image and make another one. I hope it's just a kind of a problem where when it copied over, or that it just made an error that sometimes again Microsoft makes errors, right? And maybe it was like a update error or something like that that hopefully might be fixed now. I don't know. Maybe not. But I'll need to figure out, right? I think if I could get the micro SD card, it might be quicker to actually make a thing than the USB. But again, apparently it's yeah. I had had this reader, this USB reader that I could try to exchange the two and see if it actually wanna make a thing with that instead. It might be the reader that makes the issue. I don't know. Anyway, let's see here. Rename after. Yeah, we're not giving up yet, at least. I pretty much have been close to giving up. And then, but I guess it became like a little of a, you get annoyed, you just get to a point where, I want to have it work. I want to have it work. Okay, let's open it. And we have the distribution share. Great. And now we have a copy and all that. Okay, so let's try to import. And we'll just go to the C, and we're going to we're going to the program files 32-bit. 86, they're called 86, but it's like 32-bit. We'll find the Windows here. No, we want to find the, of course, if the error is in that, it might take it over. And of course, actually the standard thing, if it maybe would have been fixed now, in regards of if it was an app thing and all that, maybe I could just take my old distribution share, or whatever they want to call it, and just make a thing, and maybe it would work. And I've tried that before and didn't really. But you never. Sometimes when you do the same thing over and over again, sometimes it helps. Sometimes it corrects a thing. Then we have some updates here. We have some secure. Well, just say open folder. Okay, it found. It's turning on. No. Okay, it found 90 updates, and it actually seems to be importing the updates. So if the error is in and if the error is not in those update files, that in some place else this might work, or there's different options that I can try. And then the question is, okay, I'll have to see if this works, or if that's not doesn't work. Again, and this installation it's still long, in regards, even if I had this USB thing, it's probably will still take around an hour. If that actually works, right, then we have an updated version that works, right? So far so good, right? Which actually seemed to be the thing that actually broke it last time. Even if I tried to reinstall the drive, it still had issues. It seemed like it was the update that made it break. But maybe, maybe there's something regarding this update that just, sorted itself out. after trying again. Who knows? I don't know. Um, I would have thought it would be an update that was the problem, but again, okay, it's still trying to import, and that will take some time as well. Apparently, it hasn't given me any errors yet, so and it found 90 updates, so it's yeah. It's just annoying if actually everything I did was correct and it was just because of a technology issue, which it can be, right? It's not unusual to be an issue with technology. Well, it's still ongoing, so at least it's incorporating the update files. The security updates, there's some other updates as well. So I guess if that works, we wouldn't be going. Well, again, I need to see if anything works and all that. I'm just moving a little ahead, and that's kind of a problematic thing because I can't remember so far. Tend to forget things, pretty quickly doing all these multitaskings. But yeah, one is installing the Windows. I have another installation that is from the plain uninstalled of unupdated ICE, West 7 ICE. So that's over there, and I can try that still. If this doesn't work, it seems to be the update, right? Then I could go back to the plain unupdated version, right? Try that. If that works, then I know, okay, we have the problem there. It's, that's, I can move backward. If the problem does not show up in the now updated, I can then move on and at least have that behind me and try to begin to install the updates and have a close eye on the audio drivers, which I didn't do beforehand because I was focused on so many other things, right? I was focused on getting the MS drive, the MS update, just to get that working was like, it was amazing to finally get to the point where I had given up on that, right? And then I figured out, oh, this program, right? And then I found out, oh, you actually need to unpack the cap files, and then you can actually import them, right? Which is like tedious things, but Mega Socks have purposely put in all these tedious things and a system or a program that just just so bad programming on so many levels. It's just just terrible. Absolutely, just slow, sluggish, and you don't get any help. You don't have a search function for 745 updates. You don't get a search function. You can't, you can't push multiple things. So you can just, say, what is this disgusting filth? You need to push every single one of them and all that. It's the madhouse. Purposely madhouse. They do it on purpose. They just do it on purpose. So controlled by demons and making it as hard as possible for the users and not making it easier. We already had Windows 2000. They took it the wrong direction after that. I'm still importing packages nearly halfway, but of course I guess it's 90 updates, right? So again, the issue might be in the updates. So let's say this installation works, which has the update of the ICE, right? So okay, so if that works, okay, so far so good, right? And then fixing the updates. The next step will then of course be to try these updates, right? If it doesn't work, this will be wasted pretty much, because then I need to go back to the first edition and not update the application, import the updates or something like that, and see if I can get that to work, or if there's one of these updates that makes it falter, I guess it's hard to get everything to, snap together in a whole union of, well, I guess I need to get going if I need to buy some, or if I want to buy some food before they close. I'll probably be nice with some food. Still don't know how many resources I have, but I have some cash. Although it is getting at the end of the month. Anyway, so completing the installation, this didn't really feel like it went much quicker. Again, it might have moved the files over to the hard drive somewhat quicker, but I need, I guess it still needs to expand the Windows files and do all its things, right? And that takes time. Now, of course, it takes a lot, it takes more time when you also have all the updates and the drivers and all that. And again, if it fails with just one step, or at least at some point, it can fail and it rolls the whole back and you say, hey, it failed, try again. And if you have like had an installation for an hour and you just end up, okay, well, we just roll everything back, right? Oh. That's 1 hour wasted of installation. I need to pee, and apparently there's no light in the headlight. Well, apparently battery went out apparently in that, so let's see if we can navigate without of it. Well, anyway, I have a bidet, so you can always... Oh, I think we hit the toilet, right? That's nice. You never know. It's very nice because you can actually do it without hands, right? In regards of being a man, you can just take the things and you can just, Well, maybe it takes a little training, but no hands, so you don't need to clean your hands, isn't? Well, I guess if you need to push the toilet thing. Oh, let's just not do that this time, and we can just shake it off like this, right? Just pull up. And you haven't touched your weenie. Isn't that incredible? Anyway, so we'll save a little water with not usually push it out, right, and all that, whatever. But yeah, that's a way. Hey, if it actually flushed automatically, right, if you could just say, hey, flush, you wouldn't need to touch anything, right? What an extraordinary idea, right? Just flush, and it would flush, or some other name, right? I guess that could be misused as well, right, by people. But how many says flush, right? Okay, anyway, let's get a battery for the headlight. And then hopefully we, again, what is annoying is that, if it works now with the, I might not figure out the problem. It might just be a... Yeah, I'll just take the other headlight here. Apparently I need to apparently have a lot of batteries that needs to be charged up. I guess usually I had like a solar panel where I actually put them up, which actually that could still be... No, there couldn't be room for solar panels in that window. I would need to use another panel. Yeah, I actually had the one panel here. I should put it up, and it should still be able to actually charge the battery off. There was a smaller solar panel that actually was pretty good too, or worked at least. Now, of course, there's less sun and all that, and you could just put them up over there, and it actually did a pretty good job in regards to charging. And of course, it's not a fully thing, right? But it's, as long as you get some battery, it's free, right? Okay. Oh, wait. We need to get on going as well in regards to... Hopefully they will have some salad, but last time they didn't have the salads that I usually... Oh. We actually... No, I should wait. I shouldn't. I should need to get... But yeah, it's actually in Windows now. So... It actually is in the Windows embedded thing here. Let's see the other one. There we go. I really want to see if it actually...